Now let's talk with Senior Wealth Advisor Darren Farwell of the Farwell Group. Good morning, Darren.
Good morning, Marilyn.
So week to week, you've been giving us tips and happy stories so we can deal more calmly with this chaotic time of investing, ups and downs in the stock market. What do you have for us today?
Well, obviously, the ups and downs in the stock market hasn't changed very much in the last little while, although recently it's a lot more up than down. Look, all of the countermeasures to contain this COVID virus have really caused and are still causing a lot of anxiety. And of course, that's natural, it's normal, and to be expected. Anyone who's feeling, anxious or confused about all that's going on, rest assured you're not alone. Take it from someone, me, who spends all day, 5 or 6 days a week, speaking to people on the phone. There are a lot of unanswered questions on people's minds these days. Here's what I've been thinking about in terms of helping people navigate their way forward through this time. When should someone consider asking a professional to help manage your finances, to help manage your savings, to help make sure you're getting a regular, reliable, tax-efficient income? Well, I'm going to be quite bold and say it's actually times just like we're in right now that really highlight the confidence and informed decision-making that work with a professional can bring, particularly for widows who have been accustomed to discussing and making decisions with a partner. Well, and in some cases, by a partner on their behalf. Now, Sally was quite skeptical when we began to work together a few years ago. Her husband had passed away years before. Then later, Sally inherited a lot of money from her father. He had worked with me for decades. So Sally came to me to help manage her inheritance. We created a long-term financial plan for her with a focus on leaving a financial legacy for her children. We invested her savings in a diversified portfolio in a strategy designed to produce a regular, reliable, tax-efficient income for her to support her lifestyle. But Sally, from time to time, as we worked together over the years, thought that maybe she could do just as well all by herself. And quite frankly, she's a super smart, capable woman. Perhaps she could. However, Sally had never experienced a stock market crash, a bear market, without her partner to bounce ideas and concerns back and forth with. So during the height of the stock market panic, this February 19 to March 23rd, Sally called me a number of times. Now, we acknowledged that the market was down, and looking at her account online was very stressful for her. And by the way, as I've mentioned lots of times before, I do strongly recommend against looking at your portfolio in moments like that stock market crash period. That's, of course, assuming you have a prudently structured portfolio to begin with, of course. I also spend a lot of time walking through with Sally why the sudden change was not going to impact her income at all. It's true that looking at her statement wasn't good, and we're not sure when it was going to get better, but certainly all of history proves that however it does happen, it will get better. In the meantime, her lifestyle was not in jeopardy, and furthermore, her long-term strategy was intact. We'll make some adjustments, of course. As things change in the world, strategies need to evolve, but Sally's objective to leave a legacy was still 100% on track for the long term. Well, on Monday this week, when the stock market was 40% above those lows in that March panic, Sally called. And she said if she hadn't had someone else she felt comfortable with, someone she felt had good financial savvy, she might have sold everything at the worst time. And that could have impacted her long-term plans. Having a second opinion, having another perspective, just having someone trustworthy to talk it through can be invaluable. So when's a good time to have someone to help you manage your savings, to help manage your investments and make sure you have a regular income, well, I suggest it's whenever you don't have that person already on your side. Sally, I know, feels better today that she has somebody on her side.
Well, for years now, we've been talking, and one of the things I always like to assure people is it's never too late to get a second opinion. And right now, we're stuck in our four walls if we're listening to the rules, but we can reach out to people like you and get that second opinion. Are you available by phone, Darren?
The whole team is really standing by these days, Marilyn, because as I said at the outset, there are a lot of anxious people out there, and for good reason. So we're very happy to take, 10 or 15 minutes on the phone to answer questions that anyone might have. No obligation, no cost, just because they listen to from a woman's perspective, and just because, we want to help. We want to make sure, we want to do what we can to see that people don't make, mistakes that can have long-term implications, at a tumultuous time like this.
Well, you've said it's never too late to have a plan for a better outcome, and you're offering your time and your expertise. I guess we should give out your phone number now. So, Darren, how will people reach you?
Well, they can call me at 416-863-7501.
416-863-7501. No need to be anxious and worry about your financial plan. Ask your questions and get your answers. From a woman's perspective has a team member, Darren Farwell, and he has a team, the Farwell Group, and they're there for you. The number again, 416-863-7501. Thank you, Darren. I always enjoy learning from you, and the positive thoughts are good today too. And I look forward to talking to you next week.
Look forward to it again next week. Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you, Darren.